First of all, I thought it was a fantastic game by the young men. They really played their heart out. I'm so excited about the student body and the community, Syracuse, and the support they gave us in the Dome. They were loud, they were crazy, and there's no doubt that that 12th man atmosphere really helped what we were trying to do. When you talk about those championship teams that were standing out there, I don't know if that was the second or third quarter, those guys, what was those 3 years in a row of winning championship and the support those guys gave, excuse me for popping my pee, I'm gonna get in trouble for that twice, but the support that they gave us and having some individual conversations with the young men during the week to get them fired up, I thought it was a fantastic family win. Orange cues from the past and the present, and hopefully the future with the recruits that were in the house, that's going to really take this program and take this university to greater heights. It's just one game. Let's not get overboard. We're 1-0 in the ACC, and all that does is gives us a chance.
Questions for Coach?
For the first 2 years, and even the Western Michigan game, when you guys lost Eric, things usually didn't go too well. I think this is just from my perspective, the best the team has responded without him that I've seen under you. You know, what about that was different today? You know, what did you see from your team when Eric wasn't able to play?
You know, I just thought that the other elements were playing really, really well. It's not like we had to have whoever came in the game to be outstanding or be Eric Dungy too. I just thought that if they came in and managed the game, that we would have a chance. It doesn't mean we're going to win, but we would have a chance. But the way the defense was playing, the way the special teams was playing, and the offensive line, there wasn't a lot of room in the first. There wasn't a lot of room in the second. And I'm not sure there was a lot of room in the third. But in the fourth quarter, the dam started to break a little bit, and that was exciting to see those guys pushing people around out there playing old-fashioned football. I'm not sure. I was so locked into the game. I can't tell you that.
Matt and then Mark.
You know, with the win against a historic program like Florida State on ESPN, you can bet thousands, maybe even millions of people across the country watching. What do you think that does, if anything, in terms of recruiting and just putting the team in the national spotlight?
Well, I hope it helps in recruiting, and the first place that I hope it helps a lot is right here at home. I hope when you talk about the state of New York and New Jersey and Baltimore and Canada and the Northeast and the Midwest, I hope that people have their eyes open that, you know, unless you're going to your dream school that you wanted to go to ever since you were a kid, you might want to check out Syracuse University. The football might be okay, but I can tell you right now, the academics is outstanding, and it's not a bad combination.
Mark and then Nico.
Dino, back left.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank
what
you.
can you tell us about why Eric was taken out, where he is now, and if you have any idea when he might be back in the field?
Right now, the big thing is he just had blurred vision. I'm not sure. I got to go back and watch the tape. I don't know if it was a thumb or a finger. You know, when you're running the quarterback, and who knows? I mean, you get in some piles, and, you know, things happen in piles. If you've ever played football, things happen. And, you know, he just had a blurred vision, and you could see one or two plays. I kind of look at him like, you know, like, where's the ball going? You know, that looked kind of weird. And I'm like, come here, let me talk to you. And, you know, he just said, hey, I can fight through it, but it wasn't that case. I'm not, you know, it's like a boxer getting thumbed in the eye or something like that. He just had some blurred vision in one eye, and that's not healthy to be out there in that atmosphere if you don't have all your faculties with you. So just based off of that, we just decided to make a change. That was the only reason why we made a change, is because he was having some vision.
Nico and then Seth.
Mike for Nico.
Oh,
Oh, go ahead.
Hi. Daniel Booth, NCC News. Your defense was fantastic this afternoon, holding FSU to 1 for 14 on third down. What do you attribute that defensive performance to, and were there any specific matchups you were trying to exploit?
First of all, I think that Brian Ward and the defensive coaches did a fantastic job. When you look at, I believe it was 4 sacks by the defensive line, but you look at the hurries, and go back and count the tape and watch how many times the quarterback actually hit the ground. And anytime you're taking a position like that and you're putting them on the ground that many times, you're going to have an opportunity to have some success. I was most proud about the way the D-line played. The linebackers got in there and did some things as well. Obviously, we had a turnover with the secondary, and for us to get that type of pressure, the DBs had to do a really, really nice job, not only covering people, but when they did decide to run the ball, they had to make some tackles, and I thought they did a nice job with that.
Dino, when you look back at the goal-to-go situations in the first half, was there a matchup that you saw on tape that made you want to run the ball more and shrink the field, or is that just a different approach that you want to take in that area of the field?
Well, you know, we like to think that we can run the ball down there, and that just goes to show you how talented Florida State is. And it wasn't easy. You know, it wasn't easy. Obviously, we weren't successful. If I'd have known that we were going to play the type of defense that we were playing, I might have kicked more field goals and not gone for it on fourth down. I had no inkling that we were going to play that way, but based off the way our defense was playing, I'm like, you know what, if they continue to play with this, we need to get to 9 because I'm not sure these guys are going to get more than 7. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. So we were in a race to try to get over 7 points to see if we could have a chance to win this game.
Coach, in your time here, is this fair to call this one of the most complete victories, all facets of the game? Is it the most complete game at Syracuse for you?
I don't know about the most complete game, but when you talk about, you know, again, I will bring up, those guys are 5 stars and 4 stars guys. They're the top athletes in the country, and they're well coached. That's a good coaching staff over there. And to get a win like this, you know, we need to enjoy it. And then we need to get back to work because we want to be consistent and not occasional.
Steven, then Steve.
I just wanted to follow up with Eric. You said blurred vision. Did he play with a couple plays having that, and then you pulled him off?
Yes.
So it was not on the helmet-to-helmet late hit. That had nothing to do with the blurred vision?
I can't even remember the helmet-to-helmet.
So his last play was a third down run. He went down, and then Fagan hit him late, and that's what kept the drive going.
Yeah,
So
it goes to show you.
Okay.
Yeah. It had nothing to do with that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Steve?
Coach, over here, other side. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Your 3 biggest wins here: Virginia Tech the first year, Clemson last year, and Florida State this year. The first 2 were upsets. Today didn't feel like an upset, even going into the game. Does it feel different for you now that, you know, the game's over and you've had a chance to think about it all? I mean, in terms of where this program is heading, does this one feel different to you?
It was a lot more complete. I mean, to get a win like that on a football team like that, where the game was definitely a close game for 3 quarters, and then to pull away late like that in the 4th quarter, that's very, very satisfying as a coach. That means the guys were locked in. They didn't lose any focus. The effort was continuous through all 4 quarters, and you know, this one's going to be okay. This is a fried noodle night. Where's she at? This is fried noodles tonight. Okay, this is a good one.
Coach, the last time you played a Willie Taggart offense, your team gave up 45 points. This time around, you only gave up 7 points. What was the secret sauce to this victory?
I don't know if it was the secret sauce, but I'll point something out because once again, 3 pops. My God, I need to do push-ups. Is this right here? If I'm not mistaken, okay, when we played Willie the first time, it was our first season. Is that correct? And now this is his first season. And you guys, it takes a little time to get your culture and to get everything the way you want it. And I'm just telling you, they will be absolutely fine. And right now, we're in a race to be better in year 4, year 5, and year 6, because they will come and they will get better. But we need to get better as well.
Brandon Ross, Noon's Magician. You talked about how the defensive line did a great job today, the 4 sacks, all the hurries. How do you think they were able to exploit the offensive line on Florida State and get all that success?
I don't really think it was trickery. If you look at what was going on, I think it was a lot of Imano type stuff. Guys were locked in. They were releasing the allotment of receivers that they could release into a route, and defensive ends and defensive tackles were winning their one-on-one battles. And as a coach, that's what gets you fired up. It was not trickery. It was just guys lining up and whooping the guy in front of them.
Last 2 questions, Mark and Derek.
Hey, Coach, back here again, back left. I'm going to piggyback off what Steve was referring to, the 2 wins over Clemson and Virginia Tech the last 2 years. We saw the locker room after Virginia Tech. I wonder what the locker room was after this one, if it was any different, like more of a confident team that they kind of expect this now maybe, and now you want to follow it up.
I'm not sure. You're going to have to look at the tape. ESPN's got it. They were in there. I mean, my voice is gone. I think it was okay. You know, I would like to think that they're kind of going, okay, we did this, now let's make it different than it was the other years. But we're going to have to see.
Last question,
You talked about it a little bit. You weren't expecting a Dungy 2 out there. What did you see differently from Tommy tonight that led to some scoring drives and then ultimately to the win?
I just think he was more comfortable. You know what? I had mentioned it before that, you know, he had spent time with the ones. Okay, he hadn't spent a lot of times with the twos, and times when he was out there, one time he was out there with the ones, one time he was out there with the twos. And here was a time where he was out there with the ones, and you know, we ran that same play that he made a mistake and got stepped on by the guard. We ran that play a whole bunch of times, and he never had his foot in the way, and he never fell down, you know, with the guard. So I just think guys grow and they get better, and you know, he finally did. He finally played the way he practiced, you know, and we're happy to see that. We're happy for him to shake that black cloud over him, so to speak, and we're also looking forward for Dungy to come back and lead our football team. Thank you.